Do you ever find something, get really interested as to what it is, and then go down a rabbit hole finding all you can about it? I do. And for me, it was when I noticed this ad on one of those teen magazine Instagram accounts. Wind on Water, a show from the producers of 90210 and Dawson's Creek. Immediately I wondered why I hadn't heard about it. I should at least have remembered it a little bit, shouldn't I? To be fair, I was 10 when the show came out, so I wasn't the target audience. But it's something that I found a little bit intriguing. So I found most of the first 2 episodes. And believe me when I say it's a journey. Not a great journey, but a journey, and one that we're going to be going on together.
From the producers of Dawson's Creek and 90210. A new drama. So intense, we should just sell tickets.
Go for it, you want it more.
Extremely hot. Extremely cool. Wind on Water.
In the pilot, we start by learning about our protagonist family, the Conleys, thanks to a voiceover from son Cole.
The big island of Hawaii. The Montana of the Pacific. Where else on Earth can you snowboard, surf, and ride horses, all before lunch? My father's grandfather jumped ship as a young boy.
We're burning up daylight here, gentlemen.
And worked with the Paneola, the Hawaiian Cowboys, for the rest of his life. My mother's family came here as missionaries at the turn of the century and never left.
So after learning that the family basically stole and then combined the land they stole, we get some more dialogue to further the story. Like this one where Dad Conley asks Cole where his brother is.
Cole, where's your brother? Where's Kelly?
Don't worry, he'll be here.
Kind of shows that, one brother's more responsible than the other. I'm also not sure why the dad just didn't say, where's your brother or where's Kelly? But I guess now I'm just going to refer to everybody by their relation and name anytime I need to know where they are. It's so natural, don't you think? Kelly, it turns out, is jumping out of a plane and snowboarding with Val Poole. They have a bet to see who's actually going to do it. The Pooles are mostly the evildoers of the story, except for one of the Poole siblings, Kate Poole. But the dad Poole, Gardner, you can tell is evil because he has an evil guy mustache. Which, I mostly think is because the actor had a mustache, but I maintain my argument. Evil guy mustache. Gardner wants to buy the Conleys' land and do a resort-type development because, of course, he wants to do a development. You just can't buy the land and, want to farm it or, maybe turn it into a sanctuary. It always has to be a boat development. Along with Cole, Kelly, and Sam, we have Mom Conley. Seal. Yes, that's her name. Spelled Ceil, played by boderek. All we know about her is that she rides horses, she's the matriarch, and she's played by boderek. That's pretty much it. After jumping into the plane, Kelly arrives with his surfboard somehow attached to his saddle as they are finishing up the cattle job, and Sam chastises him for kind of not being there and for doing reckless things.
What happened?
Cut myself shaving?
It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, it was. This is for you. Come on, for God's sake, Dad, take the money.
Go help your brother. Go on, help your brother.
Once the cattle job is done, Gardner shows up to try to get Sam to sell again. Of course, he doesn't, and the brothers go to surf. And because they are extremely cool, which the promo and that ad told us, and extremely with a capital X, not with an EX, because they are, a little bit different, a little bit quirky, they decide that they are going to ride their horses into the water with their surfboards attached, somehow get their surfboards up above their saddles, and then somehow do this weird little dive thing from their horses with their surfboards into the water. I'm questioning the logistics and the ability to do that and that quickly, but they're extremely cool, so we should just suspend our, disbelief. They are also joined by Kate Poole, sister of Val and daughter of Gardner. She hates her family, so she mostly spends her time hanging out with the Conleys. Her dad apparently has spies or something, who, after they all finish surfing, picks up Kate and takes her home, where she immediately gets upset at her dad for spying on her, of course. Gardner also has a new wife who doesn't really do much of anything in either of the episodes besides being a new wife and kind of a plot point of annoyance for both Val and Kate. People are starting to recognize that the Conley brothers are really good at surfing, especially Cole, and they want them to do more surfing gigs, but they feel that they have to be supportive of their family and the ranch. The parents are both supportive of their sons, and they want them to do what they want to do, whether it's ranching or something else. They just want them to do what they love.
Your father and I made a pact long ago to keep this land and work it. It was our dream. You follow your dreams wherever they may take you.
Also, Kelly hits on Kate when she shows up to the Conleys, but she only has eyes for Cole, and Cole does not have eyes for her. I sense that this was supposed to be an eventual love triangle, but no one has any chemistry with anybody, so it would be very forced, and I don't think it would really work. But, of course there's a love triangle, because there has to be. In his almost mustache-twirling ways, Gardner somehow shuts off water access to the ranch, so Sam decides he's going to dig for water so they can, run their business. While this is going on, the brothers enter a surfing competition bet with Val and another surfer, which whoever gets the highest wave in the span of an hour wins the entrance money for this little friendly competition. They try to talk smack to each other, but, a 5-year-old could do a bit better than what they were doing.
Looks like we have 2 new players. Slumming, are we?
Look who's talking.
Talk is cheap, Kate. Certainly Dad has taught you that much.
Of course, Kelly, because he's more reckless and, more juvenile, he gets injured, and Cole, being the more level-headed and kind of mature brother, he wins the competition. While the brothers are celebrating, the machine that the dad is using to drill for water ends up malfunctioning, hits him on the head, and kills him. This is immediately followed by the brothers finding out that their dad has died. And there is just a lot of overacting, like lots of dramatic gestures, but also some of the most wooden acting. It sounds like somebody is reading off of cue cards.
I'll tell you what, man, you play your cards right, we'll be on easy street. Man, there's the $60,000 wave right there, man. Can you...
The rig bottomed out. Your dad's dead. There's nothing anyone could do. Sorry.
They have a funeral where Sam's ashes are, spread across the ocean floor. The rest of the Poole family shows up, and Kate argues with her father, and then Cole argues with her father, and then because we need emotion and acting, both of those characters go off and proceed to have all of the emotions.
Isn't that what you wanted?
No, not like this!
By the way, William Gregory Lee, who plays Cole, I think he has his cry face beats Dawson's cry face because it's pretty cry facey. So kudos to you for that. We also, during this whole thing, get our title for the show when this random singer is singing a song and he mentions Wind on Water. So if you're kind of wondering where that's coming from, it's this random funeral song. Also, because Gardner, again, is is a mustache-twirling evil guy. He tries to subtly convince Seal that she can't do this on her own. She can't run the ranch on her own. And kind of gives her some food for thought at the end of the episode. The episode doesn't end there, however. It ends with Cole kind of being, trying to put a lot of pressure on himself and try to figure out this water issue, which he eventually does. And everyone rejoices because they now have access to water. The second episode, which I only have access to 34 minutes of, and the quality again is not great, but you get a good idea as to what was supposed to happen in the second episode, even though about 10 to 15 minutes are missing and the quality is hard to look at times. In this episode, Cole is asked to enter a surfing competition and he doesn't want to, for two reasons. The first is that he wants to help out his family. He has this idea to sell organic beef across the island as opposed to trying to export it. While the second idea is he doesn't want his brother to feel lesser than because he knows he's the better surfer, even though Kelly wants him to enter the competition. So eventually, at the insistence of Seal, he decides that, okay, I'm going to go, I'm going to enter the competition. While he's doing that, Kelly goes dirt biking, and Seal tries to figure out if the organic beef idea will work and help lessen their debt. Cole is sitting on the beach contemplating something, and a random woman named Marie shows up and offers him lemonade because he, unlike apparently other surfers, is sitting there studying the waves while the other guys just go and surf. And she finds this very attractive. It turns out she was the wife of a surfer who's there to kind of handle all of their property and things that they had on the island, because she's getting a divorce. And because we need to have something happen for plot reasons, sparks fly between her and Cole, and they hook up. Gardner shows up again at the ranch to do what he does and tries once again to get Seal to sell. Seriously, I think his settings are, he just has two settings. Take over the ranch and berate my children. That is pretty much it. Anyway, Seal, of course, refuses the deal, while Kelly, who is, I guess, done with dirt biking, decides to show up at the competition with a friend of theirs and Kate and, I guess, enter the competition. Even though he was not invited, he could not be there and actually legally surf. And, obviously this is something that could get you in trouble. But again, he is the more reckless brother, so he's going to do reckless things to get himself noticed. And you basically, the whole time he's there, you just have secondhand embarrassment. Like, go sit down, Kelly.
Did I rip out there or what?
Oh, yeah. You're real hot.
Oh, Charlie, come here, man. Take my picture.
Oh, sure.
See, now you regret not sticking up for me, don't you?
No doubt about it. You've got promise.
Well, if you're thinking of sponsoring me, my brother and I are a package deal. I don't care what happens today. Whatever you're paying him, double it. And one more thing, we wouldn't be caught dead wearing those surf trunks.
Those trunks were designed by my wife.
Really?
Because Cole is distracted by Marie, he misses it's not fully her fault, but because he is distracted with her, he misses his heat because they change times. According to the characters, this can happen, and because he was busy in the morning with Marie, he didn't hear that the numbers and the things had changed, so he rushes to get into position, but he doesn't make it because they only give you a certain amount of time to get ready and out on the water. Kate sees him with Marie and gets kind of upset, because, a man who kisses you at his dad's funeral after showing no interest in you is totally in the right headspace and obviously loves you.
I'm just curious about one thing. When you kissed me at your father's funeral, when you grabbed me and you wouldn't let go, did that mean anything to you at all?
Of course it did, Kate.
How's it feel to be human?
Hurts.
You'll recover. Or maybe I will too.
While all this is going on, Seal finds out that they need a new tractor, and she does what she needs to do to kind of keep the family afloat. So at this point, we're kind of getting the stakes. So they are, again, one bad thing happening away from complete financial ruin. And in this case, she decides that, okay, obviously I'm not going to sell land, but I'm going to sell something to Gardner. And she decides to sell her horse. The boys realize that when they get home that this has happened, and she tells them, she did what she needed to do, right? She says, like, I've handled it. This will help get us a tractor and help deal with some of more of our short-term debts. But the brothers tell her, we are a family. We should do this together, and we will figure this out together as a unit.
From now on, if either one of us gets an opportunity to make money, we go for it. You, me, together, alone, we go for it. We're gonna turn this ranch around. We gotta be a hell of a lot smarter. Seriously smarter.
The episode ends with Kate moving in with them. I guess she had a big confrontation with her father, maybe in the parts of the episode that we didn't see, just based off of a promo clip that I saw from the previous week. Speaking of promos, if we had gotten episode 3, there would have been a jet ski race between Kelly and some other guy and more surfing. But even the guy that does the promo doesn't sound convinced this would be a good time.
Thrills on a surf trip to Bali. Some cocky hotshot shows up to take the other brother's girl. Whoa. So why not waste the guy in a full throttle race where the finish line is a hole in the rocks? You know, the kind you can't see in the dark? Man, this sure ain't Dawson's Creek. It's Wind on Water, NBC next Saturday.
You are right, promo guy. Dawson's Creek, this is not. Although I have to say, even though the show is terrible, I'm kind of interested to see that jet ski race because it just sounds so absurd that, yeah, I do want to see it. Unfortunately, Wind on Water was canceled after episode 2 aired. They had 4 episodes filmed and a few others in the queue, so they at least had, I think, to episode 10 planned out. But it was just not well received. I mean, you can guess why. Critics hated it. Viewers were not tuning in. The viewership was around 4 to 5 million people, which for network TV today, that would be fantastic. But this was 1998 when some of the top shows were pulling in 20 million people an episode. So you can see why 4 to 5 million wasn't good. It wasn't enough to keep a show going. And that's not to say that shows that made, 4 to 5 million or had 4 to 5 million people an episode didn't get renewed. It's just that, if you kind of are looking for something that is going to have a return on the investment, an expensive show filmed in Hawaii that wasn't bringing in viewers was not it. I also think Saturday didn't help the show at all. Saturday is a weird programming block because people were not watching TV on Saturdays, so to try to draw people in was hard, so that did not help those ratings either. It was also kind of a lead in for this block called Trilogy, which was THRILLOGY, which was a programming block NBC had for a few years where they would have all their action shows like The Pretender and The Profiler. And this was kind of a lead in for that, or maybe it was part of it. It's not really 100% clear, but with these shows, they really tried to emphasize that if you tune in on Saturday, it's all action all the time. And I don't think Wind on Water fit that thematic element, despite all of its many, many pieces. So I don't think it was paired well with the shows that it was paired with. And I don't think it would have worked well on any other night because of how bad it is. Now, do I think this show had potential? Well, not to be a great show, but I think it had potential to be a show. Like I said, it's so absurd and so silly that I feel like it could have drawn in viewers, but it also had so many different pieces and parts that just weren't fitting together that, or maybe needed to be more explored in an episode or more hinted at, or at least more drama. A show can be horrible and have these most absurd moments or these really dramatic moments. Like, think of soap operas, like the daytime soaps. Like, those were popular for many, many years because of how outlandish they were. And nighttime soaps did replicate that, and they could have done a lot of that here, but a lot of things seem to be kind of like half-assed. For example, the supposed like triangle they were trying to have between Kelly and Cole and Kate, it just wasn't there. Like, Kate brushed off Kelly and he seemed okay with it. She kind of still has a crush on Cole, but they kind of just didn't really make that more dramatic than a few outbursts. Like, there's nothing there. And again, no one has chemistry, so I'm not really rooting for them in any way. But I think if the show had continued, it would have been something that, based on the absurdity of all of the weird things that were going on regarding the sports, like, what were they going to do after jet skis? Were they going to, like, bungee jump? Ultimate frisbee? I don't know. What were they going to do? I feel like they could get weirder and weirder with those, and then people would have tuned in because it was so strange. Like, I don't think the show would have lasted long, but I think it would have been something that was just a good way to spend a Saturday evening if you had nothing else to do, and you were looking for like a mind-numbing escapism, right? That's what this is. This is an escapism. This wasn't going to win awards. This wasn't going to be, go down in history as the greatest TV show of all time. Far from it. But I think it had the potential, if they had let it continue, to just be a interesting blip in pop culture. And I also think something that hurt it, along with the ratings and the critics, is that it didn't really seem to know how it wanted to promote itself. Like, there were all these pieces in the show that just didn't work well together, like a Western-ish, because it's set on a ranch, themed show in Hawaii with extreme sports and family drama, and it's all soapy, and there's an evil bad guy. There's all those parts there, but the show tried to make them work in theory, but the promos didn't seem to know what they wanted to do. The first promo promised us a lot of action and drama. The second promo that I'm going to show here in a second really kind of banked on this non-existent love story.
I know you're angry, but I just want to know what it's going to take to bring you home.
Help freezing over.
Kate, let her go.
Wind on Water, Saturday on NBC.
The second promo seemed to suggest like a conflict between the brothers. I mean, they argued, but there was no conflict, at least not yet in the story, but there seemed to be an overemphasis on that. So again, like, my question is, what is the show you're promoting? Is it this family drama where people are, constantly at odds? Is it about surfing? Is it about using the word extremely incorrectly? What is it?
NBC 1 week from Saturday.
Damn it, Cole! Don't you ever feel like you're just gonna explode?
Two brothers.
Let her go.
One passion.
Kelly! It's you and me, brother. It's always been you and me.
Paradise is in the heart. Wind on Water, NBC 1 week from Saturday.
As you can see, the promos didn't even know really what to focus on. The extreme with an X stuff, the drama that wasn't really there, this potential romance, this potential falling out of brothers. There's just so many little pieces that, there was. It just seemed like they threw darts at a board and said, this week, this is what we're promoting. As always, I'll end this video with, what did you think? Have you seen Wind on Water? I've linked both of the episodes that are online in the description below. So if you watched it when it aired, or you watching it this week like I did, let me know what you think. Let me know if you feel like it had potential to be this corny, like, thing that, you tuned in just for the absurdity of it all.